So today we're out at my property. We're going to be inoculating some wood logs with some shiitake mushroom spawn. This is a pretty easy and fairly straightforward process. You're going to pick your wood. This generally happens in the summertime. You're going to cut your wood, you're going to size your wood, you're going to take and we're going to drill holes in it, we're going to knock the spawn into the wood, and then we're going to stack it in a log cabin type format in the shaded area. Later on we might come back and water it, but for now we're going to get it stacked up and ready, and 6 to 18 months we should be seeing shiitake mushrooms flushing on the logs. So choosing the wood, you have several choices, but you want a good hardwood. You don't want any kind of coniferous wood. Oak is good. Oak is the traditional type. That's what the she tree is actually a relative of, is our oak tree here in America. The she tree is native to Japan. So the wood you want to choose, you have a few choices: oak, hickory, poplar, sweet gum, maple, and things like that. Here we have white oak. This was actually chosen for us by the electric company who came out here and cleared some brush out for electric. The important thing to remember when selecting the wood is the bark has to be very hard on the wood, so the bark's not going to flake off when I'm pushing on it. And by cutting it in the fall or winter, that keeps the bark good and tight to it because the sap level's low. When choosing the wood, and you don't know this sometimes until after you cut it, you don't want pre-rotted wood. This wood's not going to be very conducive to growing shiitake mushrooms, so this piece of wood right here we're going to actually throw out. It's no good. You want good solid grain on the ends with no rot, and that's the type of wood you're going to choose. We're going to cut it down to 3 to 4 foot lengths. Usually the diameter needs to range somewhere between 3 and 8 inches is a good diameter range. You see we've got somewhere right in the middle of that range right here with these logs. So we're going to cut the logs and then we're going to work on the process after that. So the next step in the process is actually drill the holes that we're going to inoculate, that we're going to actually put the spawn in. We're using a 7/16 inch drill bit here for what we'll be using. It's called thimble spawn. It's a newer type of spawn. It's got a little styrofoam cap on top, so there's no need to wax it and seal it off. The hole pattern is generally in a diamond, and it's going to be each hole is going to be about 6 inches apart. Technically, you're supposed to do it all the way around the log for the full length. That helps the shiitake get a good head start and outcompete any kind of other fungus that's going to start growing on these logs. So the spawn we're using is called Snowcap. That's the variety name. It's thimble spawn, like I mentioned. So we have these little sheets with the compressed sawdust with the styrofoam little caps that are going to seal it up. So we're going to pop them out, put them in the holes, and essentially then the log will be sealed up and ready to wait 6 to 18 months for harvest and flushing.
I'm rolling, so talk if you need to.
Sometimes the cap may come off. You just have to kind of press it down in the hole with it. That's a fairly normal thing with these. They're kind of new, so you're just going to kind of press it in there. So as you can see, it takes a second or two to get one fully inoculated, but once you do, they're essentially ready to stack. So we're going to go ahead and do the rest of the logs, take them down into a shady area and stack them up log cabin style. So before we build the log cabin with the ones we're inoculating right now, I want to show you some I've got back here in the woods that I inoculated with another method, which is actually just a plug spawn method. As you can see, these are covered with wax, which is part of that method as well. But these are a wide-ranging spawn species, not like the cold weather spawn we're using right now. So these are actually probably getting ready to start flushing in early spring or late spring, sometimes between early and late spring. So just wanted to take you back and show you these from another process. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to take the inoculated logs and we're going to stack them up in a log cabin kind of style back here behind the chicken coop. So one of the good things about shiitake mushrooms and mushroom logs is that they utilize space that otherwise you can't really grow anything in because it's so shaded. So back here right behind the chicken coop's a great spot. I got a man-made structure back here in the entire woods that's going to kind of keep this thing shaded year-round basically. So we're going to take the logs and start stacking them up now. So now that we're all done, the next part of the process is just essentially wait until the spawn does their work and we have a good flush of mushrooms. 6 to 18 months. We'll come back and we'll show you what they look like when they actually flush and we can start harvesting.